I count up so much money lately. I count up so much that they hate me. Yeah, I make niggas mad cause they ain't me. Yeah, I been in my bag going crazy. I count up so much money lately. I count up so much that they hate me. Yeah, I make niggas mad cause they ain't me. Yeah, I been in my bag going crazy. Bitch, I'm not.
First don't fuck your bitch in the clique you claim. West side when we ride, come equipped with game. You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. We bust on bad boys, niggas fuck for life. Plus, Puffy tryna see me weak, hearts I rip. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia some more. I think a little higher. I think a little higher.
What's up? So we got back on another video. It's your boy P021, and I just want to say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, repost your thoughts on your platforms, and also welcome back to my channel. I just want to say how you guys doing today on this fine Monday evening. Like it's over already. Like that ass. Like I don't know why I'm trying to say fine. Like the day just started, but yeah, it's over. So yeah. So before we get to our fourth reaction for today, we got the P Digital Gang Store. All right, so check it out. Like every merch to show from, if you need a blanket, hoodie, if you need if you want to go shopping spree for your shopping how you say it? If you trying to go like on a shopping spree for your kids, or if you need a mug, if you need phone cases, or you need to go to the gym, we got tank tops. If you need a sticker, we got yoga mats. We got bike shorts for the ladies too to make that booty pop, that ass. We got long sleeve. We got neck gaiters. We got stuff to put your drinks in. I don't know what a tumbler is, but I think that's like another like type of like container to put like your juices, your waters, any drink you eat like that you normally drink. Like your desire is your desire. But we have that. We have leggings, we got joggers, we got socks, we got tote bags, we got stickers. I think I said that already. So pint glass, masks, for because COVID is still there, so you can still catch it. And we got posters, wall tapestry, beach towel, we got everything like that. Anything you desire, we got. Alright, anything you want, we got. Alright, that's. And you need it, we got it. Like that's. Yeah. I forgot where that came from, but. Let's get back to our original programming. So in this reaction, we got 15 strange animal phenomena that happen on Earth. All right, so let's check it out. Mind blown.
Nature never ceases to amaze. These animal kingdom oddities may seem like urban legends, but they all actually happened, and had real-life scientists scratching their heads. Here are 15 strange animal phenomena that happened on Earth. While you're here, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more such amazing content.
That's like everything that he just said, son. Like, yo, do that for his channel and my channel as well, son. Like that's 1K, son. We trying to get to the goal is 1K.
Number 15. Narcisse snake dens. Canada usually seems like such a non-scary place. The pristine lakes, the gentle manners, the political tolerance, the free-flowing sorries. It's not exactly a place you'd think would be teeming with snakes just below the surface. And that's true, as long as you don't hang out in Narcisse, Manitoba. Every spring and autumn, the largest congregation of snakes anywhere in the world is found in this area, drawing visitors from across the globe. For between 1 and 3 weeks at a particular spot along Highway 17, tens of thousands of red-sided garter snakes make their way above ground from inside the fissures in the limestone, looking for mates. They congregate in rocky pits, weaving together to form vast living.
So all these snakes just come like from like the water and like into the land, and then they just like they come out to mate. So they're like bears, like going to like caves like for hibernation, or I'm trying to think of another animal. No, yeah, I can only know about bears. Like when they come out from hibernation, like to store like food for the winter and whatnot, or like ants when they're like when they store his food like in their little like ant hills like for the winter and whatnot. Yeah, so like that's what like these snakes are doing. Like they come out from the water like after hibernation and to mate on land. Nah, son, that's not even safe because like you got like a horde of these animals, a horde of these snakes, and I'm not too fond about snakes. Like snakes, nah, son. I would not get one as a pet. I would not even want to be near one because I've seen all the snake movies, snakes on plane, snakes on a plane, Anaconda 2, Anaconda, that flower shit, Anaconda with Ice Cube in it. No, so I seen way too many Anaconda, for me to be near a snake. Like that's, cause like that thing would suck you dry, like no homo.
Moving tapestries of snakes that can be as wide as 20 feet across. The mass of snakes is clearly audible between the hissing and the sound of scales rubbing together.
It's like if you get caught or if you trip like on like a horde of them, like you're dead. That ass, it's just like being it's like walking and then you see like a horde of rats and then they all come to you and then like they just like they all come to you. It's like that scene where like in the new Suicide Squad like movie where like she her powers was that she could sense I don't know she could I'm trying to say she could bring like she could she can mind control like the rats to do like her bidding and whatnot. So she mind control like the rats to defeat that big star monster, and they all was just nibbling on the star monster. So like that's like say like if there were like a horde of rats and then you tripped or like they were coming after you and they all like horde after you and then they start nibbling at you can't even like stop that from happening because like there's so many on your body. And I don't even mess. I can't even think about that because like I don't mess with bulls because bulls like it's gonna leave me scratching and running to the damn shower. Like that's I do not mess with bulls. Bulls like I just hate bulls because like it's like a bull right there. A bull is a Haitian term for like a round like pimple. Yeah, a round pimple. Like if I see like multiple pimples like together like squished together, like that thing creeps me out. Like it makes me itches and scratches because I don't mess with like it's just no like it makes me run to the it makes me scratch a lot and makes me run to the showers. I do not mess with bulls like that's
When they're finished with their business in the spring, the garters split from their dens along the highway to nearby wetlands for the summer to bask in the sunshine, and then return to Narcisse in the fall to slither back underground and do it all over again. Number 14. Headless chicken. In 1945, farmer Lloyd Olson took one of his many chickens to the chopping block to prepare dinner for his family. After decapitating the chicken, something strange happened. The chicken didn't die. The headless chicken, which the family later named Mike, continued to wander around the farm and steadfastly refused to be turned into the Olsons' supper. The Olsons discovered that they could still
nigga, what the fuck? How did they refuse? Like, nigga, yo, you chop that head off, nigga, chop them legs, and then, yo, you got yourself some chicken. Like the fuck, shit. You see a white nigga, son. Yo, a black person would have chopped the head, see that it's still kicking, and be like, yo, chop the legs. We still having chicken tonight, and we still having some Kentucky Fried Chicken tonight. Like that doesn't. It don't matter if you alive or you dead, son. Yo, black people love chicken. I'm just,
feed in the water mic by way of an eyedropper inserted into his neck hole.
What are you putting an eyedropper on his neck for? Like that's not where the eye is. You already cut the eyes. Ew, like I don't get it.
After that, they took the chicken out on the road, showing him off as Mike the Headless Chicken. What magic kept Mike alive? Sheer luck, as it happens. Scientists at the University of Utah who examined Mike found that Olson barely missed Mike's brainstem, which allowed him to continue walking and moving even after his decapitation. Unfortunately,
Wait, what? So you only got the head and the mouth and the nose part? You didn't get the brain? I can see it though, cause the brain is probably like it probably was like all the way in the back, so that they didn't get this part. They should have chopped off like this part, and then that's how like you fully kill him. But they only cut like they only killed like the front, like the close front side. They ain't chopped like every like the brain part as well, cause like the brain is like stuck in the back, like the far back.
Mike died when his family lost his eyedropper and were unable to help him when he began to choke on a kernel of...
Again, don't know why you trying to help a half cooked chicken like that. Son, give it to the black people, son. Yo, they gonna eat that shit. Yo, again, black people love fried chicken like the fuck. It's over, son.
Corn. Number 13. Raining birds. In a small town in Arkansas, USA, the locals were just carrying about their day, doing very mundane things until suddenly, in 2012, the whole town witnessed something rather unusual. It started to rain ravens. Dead ravens, obviously, but it was raining birds. It rained over 5,000 dead blackbirds in the early hours of New Year's Day in 2012. What's the craziest thing about this? This wasn't the first time.
I don't know if that's a meaning of like of a plague about to happen, or maybe like this was like beginning of the corona, because corona is known to be like an air type of sickness. So like maybe the birds catched it, but I don't know, son. Like
it happened. It was the second time that it happened. We don't know if it happened a third time since then, but if it did, I wonder what the locals would think then. Number 12. Cocooned trees. In 2010, 10 years worth of rainfall poured into Pakistani cities and villages in less than a 10 years worth of rainfall poured into Pakistani cities and villages in less than a week, completely ravaging the affected areas. An unexpected side effect of the flooding in parts of Pakistan had seen that millions of spiders climbed up into the trees to escape the rising floodwaters. Because of the scale of the flooding and the fact that the water had taken so long to recede, many trees have become cocooned in spiders' webs. Spiders have built massive...
I see something like damn. So just because they were not trying to get like flooded, they all just like climbed up to the trees and made their own like butterfly cocoon and shit. Like they're cocooning every tree because they weren't trying to get flooded. So.
Webs on trees, turning them into ghostly cocoons. Such a phenomenon has never been seen before. Number 11. Germany's bursting toads. Hamburg is often known as an idyllic port city of book publishers and media giants. Lately, however, the city's peace and quiet has been interrupted by a sickening natural oddity. Over 1,000 of the city's greenish-brown toads have swelled up to almost 4 times their normal size, and then, bang, exploded, sending horrific entrails and body parts several feet into the pristine air. Stunned residents of Nick...
Like, do they have a bomb inside them? Like, yo, that's not a good way to go out, son. Like, that's and like you just living out your days, and then like, yo, pop, son. all your insides come out, all your like your heart, your brain, like yeah, you done for. Like it's like you have like a limited time to like be on Earth, because like once you pop, it's over, son. That's crazy, son.
Nicknamed their city's once bucolic lake the Pond of Death, and officials have cordoned off the area for investigation.
Because
Vets and animal welfare agencies have spent days puzzling over the deeply troubling and downright disgusting mystery. Is it a fungus? Is it a virus? Are the toads simply suicidal? All the speculation was finally put to rest when Frank Munchman, one of Germany's top experts on amphibians, cracked the case, and the explanation was even more shocking than the toads' violent deaths. The massacre was apparently the work of a highly intelligent species of crow. Frank examined both living and dead specimens of the Hamburg toads, and what he found was truly chilling. Identical circular incisions on their backs, just the size of a bird's beak. He also figured out that all the amphibians had their livers missing. There were no bite or scratch marks, so we knew the toads weren't being attacked by a raccoon or a rat, which would have also eaten the entire toad, Frank said.
Wait, what?
It was clearly the work of crows, which are clever enough to know the toad's skin is toxic and realise the liver is the only part worth eating. Only once the liver is gone does the toad realise it's being attacked. It puffs itself up as a natural defence mechanism. But since it doesn't have a diaphragm or ribs, without the liver there's nothing to hold the rest of its organs in. The lungs stretch out of all proportion and rip. The rest of the organs simply expel themselves. Number 10. Murmuration.
So it was a work of crows. They were scared, so that's why the only last resort was to like pop themselves. To the crows. Okay.
Individually, a European starling is little more than a common blackbird. They're practically everywhere. More than 200 million are in North America alone, singing their chirpy little songs and becoming to many backyard growers and full-time farmers a bit on the pesty side. Collectively, though, starlings transform into something else entirely. Together, in flight, in mesmerizing flocks that sometimes number in the hundreds of thousands, they are a breath-stealing wonder, a pulsating, swooping, living, harmonized whole, seemingly defying the laws of nature while defining nature itself. In the 1930s, famed ornithologist Edmund Sellers suggested that birds moving in murmurations were using some sort of telepathy to transmit their flying intentions. They must think collectively, all at the same time, a flash out of so many brains, he wrote in his book, Thought Transference or What in Birds. As the years wore on, we found out that's not quite it. In the 1950s, scientists studying insects and fish and other collective animal behavior posited that group movement is more of a stunningly fast response to others in the flock rather than some innate mind-reading ability or a command from the group leader. Number 9. Red crab migration.
What?
Once a year, some
Little spiders, like the fuck? They're like crabs. They look so colorful and shit.
Yeah. Number 9.
Yo, you got red and blue, a little bit of orange. Yo, those are some nice looking crabs. Like, not to be like close to them, but like, yo, that could be like a artwork. Like this photo frame, like right here, is like could be an artwork of the colorful crabs and shit.
9. Red crab migration. Once a year, something incredible happens on Christmas Island. Around 50 million red crabs are estimated to live on Christmas Island, located in the Indian Ocean off the northwestern coast of.
They're just gonna walk on the road like this, like no, like they don't care if cars just trample over them.
Australia, which it is a part of. Between October and December, at the beginning of the wet season, these animals start an incredible journey across the land, leaving their homes in the inland to go to the seaside and lay their eggs. The migration begins when adult crabs leave their burrows in the dense jungle and walk to the beach, dipping in the ocean to replenish body salts. Male crabs dig burrows in the
Like this is what I don't get, like how like crabs like be able like to grow, like be able like to like just live out their days like from a kid crab to adult crab. Because I seen like one video where like the adult crabs the adult female crabs that give birth like to their kid crabs, like they eat the kid crabs. Like I don't know what type of form is that, like, but they eat the kid crabs for some reason, and whichever like survives, like they get to live out their years. But the ones that they eat, that's like nutrients or like energy for them. I don't know like what to say about that, but they just eat the kid crabs. Whoever survives, like they get to live out their years.
sand which they defend from other crabs while they try to mate with the females. then migrate back home while the females stay with their eggs. After 2 to 3 weeks, the female crabs put their eggs into the ocean and start their own return journey, while the eggs hatch into the water as larvae. The tiny creatures turn beaches red before slowly progressing across the island, crossing roads and meandering around houses until they link up with the adults. 4 years later, the crabs are ready to make their own migration to the beach to mate and begin the life cycle all over again. All phases of the migration are popular tourist attractions, with visitors timing their travel to coincide with it.
These niggas are brave and courageous as hell. Like, you getting that close to these crabs, son? All right?
To see
Crabs are not like pets, son. Like, they will snap your ass.
the unique sight, as the crabs only live on Christmas Island.
Like, give me my food, nigga, and get out. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I'll be like the same way too, so I'll be like, give me my food, I am.
Number 8. Beached fish or not? Speaking of raining weird creatures, on New Year's Eve in Norway, people are singing, eating, drinking, making merry and all that, and the fish from the sea decided that they didn't want to be left out of these celebrations anymore and basically beached themselves on a long stretch of coast in northern Norway. An estimated 20 tons of fish just beached there. We say estimated because before officials could even make a proper count and begin clean-up operations, the fish just upped and vanished. No one has any idea what happened to cause such a massive amount of obviously dead fish to just completely disappear. Number 7. Whale suicides. The short-finned pilot whale is a large species of dolphin with a dark grey body and a bulbous head. It's an intensely social animal that spends its life in the company of others, and that, sadly, is also how it sometimes dies. In March 2018, around 150 short-finned pilot whales stranded themselves at Hamlin Bay, a site on Australia's western coast around 200 miles south of Perth. Trained staff and volunteers had hauled 6 survivors back into the sea, but their fate is still uncertain. Rescued whales often re-strand themselves, and nightfall will make their movements harder.
That's a lot of whales, and that that just end up like dead, like on the land and shit. Like, yo, who wants some whale? Oh, yo, wait, I said lamb. Who wants some whale? Yeah, I got some fried whale right here. No, I'm evil. I'm evil as hell.
To track. Western Australia is no stranger to mass whale strandings. 9 years before, to the day, 80 long-finned pilot whales, a closely related species, stranded themselves in the very same spot. 3 years before, again almost to the day, around 20 long-finned pilot whales washed up at Bunbury, about 70 miles to the north. And those incidents pale in comparison to the largest mass stranding ever documented in the region. This isn't a uniquely Australian problem. New Zealand's Farewell Spit is a notorious whale trap where pilot whales regularly strand. Up to 650 long-finned pilot whales beached there last February, of which 400 or so were saved. Cape Cod is another hotspot and sees an average of 226 stranded whales and dolphins every year. Given this long history, it's unclear if these events have become any more frequent of late, or if they're simply easier to spot in an interconnected world. Still, there is something deeply unsettling about mass strandings. Cetaceans, the group that includes whales and dolphins, are highly intelligent and beautifully adapted to life in the water. Why would they leave the aquatic world to risk death? And why do so many of them do so at the same time? No one really knows. There's a multitude of hypotheses and few firm answers. Number 6. Sea of Stars. As if the islands of the Maldives weren't already heaven on earth, come nighttime, Vardu Island reveals another mystical surprise.
That shit beautiful, like that. And like you got glow in the dark stars and shit.
Glowing blue waves lapping the sandy shore like something out of a fantasy island. As the sun sets below the sea, Vardu Island's waters are taken over by a shimmering sight. They light up, a glittery spread of blue reflecting the sky.
That's like some magical type of shit, something like that. And like if you dive on in and shit, like something may happen, you might transform and shit. Maybe I'm just too like hectic. Hyped on like movie slang, but like that just it looks like something magical could happen.
This island in particular is known for its amazing Sea of Stars, where the waters glow neon blue at night. A tiny microorganism, a phytoplankton called Dinoflagellates, reacts with oxygen under the water and is triggered to produce this blue glow when it feels movement. Therefore, waters where these small phytoplankton live sparkle as if mirroring or capturing the stars.
That's beautiful.
Number 5. Wave of locusts. Weeks before the coronavirus spread through much of the world, parts of Africa were already threatened by another kind of plague, the biggest locust outbreak some countries had seen in 70 years. Now, the second wave of the voracious insect, some 20 times the size of the first, is arriving. Billions of the young desert locusts are winging in from breeding grounds and...
Okay, so you're talking about the locusts that ruined our that ruined our senior dinner. I'm trying to say, what does it? Senior dinner at my high school, like when it was the summer and all these locusts like came out of nowhere. Like we're trying to have fun outside. We're trying to like eat and shit, and all these locusts just come out of nowhere. Like they're not biting at nobody. They're not sucking on like blood and shit. They just come to just annoy you. Like, and plus like they was just like disgusting. Like, and they're big, like for their size. They're big. So like it was just like it was very like just messed up that like they just came at the worst times. Like that's.
Somalia in search of fresh vegetation springing up with seasonal rains. It's the locusts that everyone is talking about, said Yoweri Aboket, a farmer in Uganda. Once they land in your garden, they do total destruction. Some people will even tell you that the locusts are more destructive than the coronavirus. There are even some who don't believe that the virus will reach here. The UN Food and Agriculture Organization has called the locust outbreak, caused in part by climate change, an unprecedented threat to food security and livelihoods. The UN has raised its aid appeal from $76 million to $153 million, saying immediate action is needed before more rainfall fuels further growth in locust numbers. So far, the FAO...
It would have been raining that day. It was just hot as hell. And like you just see hella locusts just come like near us and just like mess up like where we're trying to have fun and just eat and shit.
Has collected $111 million in cash or pledges. Number 4. Monarch butterfly migration. Google.
Yeah. Get it.
While animal migration in general remains mysterious, the migration pattern of the monarch butterfly is particularly noteworthy. The study of the migrations of this strikingly coloured orange and black creature has led to remarkable theories and a few puzzling questions. The bulk of monarchs residing east of the Rocky Mountains fly to a specific region in the mountains of central Mexico. Somewhere between 100 and 150 million butterflies travel this route each fall. The monarchs remain at these overwintering sites until the following spring, when they return north. The timing of this annual migration is theorized to be linked to the changes in the amount of daylight that begin to occur at this time of year. The variability of day and night temperatures that take place in late August and September probably also help trigger the migrations to Mexico. Why they like this part of Mexico is apparent. The forested locations in the mountains provide an ideal climate for overwintering. The big mystery in the process is, how do monarchs find the same site each year? The lifespan of a monarch butterfly is only 6 months, which means each new generation of butterflies migrates without an older generation to lead the way. How do they end up at the same locations year after year? One theory is that monarchs use the Earth's magnetic field to guide them to this specific area. Another theory is that they are guided by the polarization of the sun's rays. Scientists had come with so many theories, but the mystery still remains. Number 3. Monkey invasion. While shops shut, populations locked down and tourists stay home, wildlife is encroaching into formerly no-go urban territory. But while some, like the wild goats of North Wales, seem to be enjoying their new domains, others, like the monkeys of Lopburi, Thailand, are clearly hungry and missing people. Pictures of animals roaming our deserted...
I better get the largest supply of bananas and make sure that these motherfuckers don't throw shit at you like that. So these monkeys they love to throw shit. And I don't know why it's like a game to them, but just make sure you have a banana and just buck like that. Give them the banana bucks and before it turns to Planet of the Apes and shit.
Streets might at first glance seem cute or fun, but they're also a stark illustration of the economic paralysis caused by the coronavirus crisis and a reminder of the close relationships between humans and animals. The negative impact on animals of people staying indoors is clearly seen in the Thai city of Lopburi, northeast of Bangkok. Locals have described vast brawls of monkeys estimated at around 1,000 in one report, scavenging among trash and fighting for food. Number 2. Cow compass. Now let's talk about clever animals. As you probably know, many birds...
Why do they say clever animals and show Chris Pratt? Yo, at that nigga, right? He's why Thanos killed like half of the population, right?
Insects and even mammals have a fixed movement direction, and now cows and bulls have joined them. A group of German scientists decided to study cows' behaviour. It was like a weird topic for an investigation, right? But for many years, farmers paid attention and found something interesting. Scientists also studied images from Google Earth and have confirmed that cattle tend to align their bodies in a north-south direction. Wild deer also display this behaviour, a phenomenon that has apparently gone unnoticed by herdsmen and hunters for thousands of years. In the proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, scientists say the Earth's magnetic fields may influence the behaviour of these animals. The Earth can be viewed as a huge magnet, with magnetic north and south situated close to the geographical poles. Many species, including birds and salmon, are known to use the Earth's magnetic fields in migration, rather.
I'm sorry, but this feels like I'm in like a whole class lecture right now, and like he's like teaching us about like he's teaching us about something, and then y'all just saw me yawn and shit. Look, it's like I'm trying to say it's like a mechanism like that. I tend to do that. Like I'm not tired or anything. It's just like this is getting a little a little overlong, like a little run on a little bit, yeah.
Like a natural GPS. A few studies have shown that some mammals, including bats, also use a magnetic compass to help their sense of direction. Dr. Sabine Begel from the University of Duisburg-Essen, Germany, has mainly studied the magnetic sense of mole rats, African animals that live in underground tunnels. We were wondering if larger animals also have this magnetic sense, she told BBC News. Before moving to number 1 on our list, here is an unusual event that happened on January 15, 1877. Memphians are horrified to discover unusual objects mixed with the rain during a heavy downpour. Umbrellas really aren't much help against thousands of foot-long garter snakes dropping from the sky, most of them very much alive. Investigating the phenomenon, Scientific American magazine pondered where so many snakes could exist in such abundance and suggested that they were probably carried aloft by a hurricane and wafted through the atmosphere.
Yeah, who would like this? Like a rain, no, I'm trying to say a shower full of snakes like coming down, like raining like down, son. Yo, give this pitch to a sci-fi, son. They're gonna make a good movie out of it, something like that. Son. They already made a good movie from like raining down sharks, like all the Sharknado films. Like I used to like always like wait for the Sharknado's like films like to happen, and like it's over because they had like six or five Sharknadoes, and their last one was like a couple years back for the sixth Sharknado, and I think they should do a snake one, like 'cause that Sharknado thing was like it was crazy, something like that. It had some of my like famous like celebrities that were playing in there, and it was a good movie. Like it was a good movie on sci-fi. So like, yo, piss this idea about raining snakes, and like it's not because I think they already have like enough snake movies, like Snakes on a Plane, um, Anaconda. Like I think they probably already made one like where like it was like a freak storm, like and it's raining down snakes. So they probably already did an idea. I don't know, but still, like piss this idea to sci-fi.
Imagine being in that city on that day and having those snakes just literally raining down from above.
Are you crazy, son? Yo, every snake is getting a duke. Like this. Yo, every snake is getting a duke, son. Like seriously, I'm booking like that, son. Like every encounter that I get with a snake, son, duke. Like that, son. I'm running, son. Yo, I'm seeing a snake, dude, dude. Like that. I am not getting hit by no snake. I'm not letting no snake get on my head. Like, yo, you getting duped, son. I'm out. Like that. Like I'm booking till I can't book no more until I ran out of my breath. Son.
What would you do? Let us know in the comments below. Number 1. Bird that cries hawk. Among the rolling red dunes of the Kalahari Desert, the song of the fork-tailed drongo provides a warning that predators are lurking close by. The songbird acts as the desert's watchdog, always poised and ready to warn its fellow creatures of impending danger. Or at least that's what the bird wants you to believe. Scientists claim this tricky African bird is in fact a pathological liar in the animal kingdom. Drongos, common in southern Africa, usually get meals the honest way, such as capturing insects in mid-air using their incredible aerial skills. But at other times, like on cold mornings when a few insects are flitting around, the drongos turn to a life of crime. When times are hard, the crafty bird can make false alarms to make other animals drop their kill and run from the scene. Meanwhile, the drongo swoops in to pick up the remains. But sometimes the birds try this tactic too often, and when they don't get a reaction, researchers have discovered they have another trick up their sleeve: vocal mimicry. The drongos are able to mimic the sounds made by many different species that inhabit its desert environment. These include birds such as pied babblers, glossy starlings, sociable weavers, and pale chanting goshawks, as well as mammals like meerkats. Scientists tracked 64 fork-tailed drongos over a span of nearly 850 hours in the Kalahari Desert in South Africa, close to the Botswana border, to unravel this unique behaviour. They found that drongos can catch up to 23% of their daily food by making false alarms and stealing their target's dinner. And that's all of them. Have you ever experienced any one of them before? Let us know your story in the comments. Before you leave, be sure to hit the like button, share and subscribe for
Demystify your math homework with Bartleby Math Solve.
That thumbnail I just saw, like, it's talking about, look like a normal snake. Like, snakes have babies? I did not know that. Like, snakes having babies. Like, I don't know. But, y'all let me know in the comment section, like, what some strange animal phenomena, like, was, like, what, like, interests you the most, and, like, and y'all let me know in the comment section. And also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, repost, and share to all social media platforms. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell for future videos, and also get the merch at teespring.com/PJDigitalMildassGang. And I am PJDigital21, and we are PJDigital Gang.
Bitches, we keep on coming while we running for your juice. Steady gunning, keep on busting at the boots. You